What's good, everybody? It's Jaden, aka Hassan Hoop, and we back, we live, we litty, and I know it's been a long time since I made a basketball video. I guess been rocking with the music stuff recently. I ain't gonna lie, I guess been rocking with music stuff. But today I'm back with an NBA video. Last night the Clippers were able to prevail against the Suns, keep the series alive. Paul George, as my boy started through the wire, Pierre would say, Paul George was showing his ass. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks versus Bucks series that I believe they play today at, 5:30, 5, 6, sometimes around there. I'm going to talk about those games. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first, I might as well just talk about last night's game. Suns versus Clippers, Game 5. Clippers are down 3-1, backs against the wall. They're able to come up, prevail. Paul George puts on a masterclass. I believe he had 41 points. I want to say like 15 or 16 rebounds. He was showing it off. Reggie Jackson had another great game. He gonna get it back with some team that I hope is not the Lakers, because I feel like he gonna hoop this entire playoffs. Next year, someone gets him a bag, and he's gonna be like who hoops and then like got a bag and just came out bad. I'm trying to think of something, but yeah, I feel like he ain't gonna be good. But for now, Reggie Jackson hooping. Boogie, it was nice to see him. He was destroying Saric when he was in the game. I think he had like a quick 10 points from when I was watching the game. But yeah, and then on the Suns side, Chris Paul, he's not playing terrible, but he needs to step it up. With him back, I believe they're 1-2 since he's come back, so they've lost more than they've won with him. But I feel like it's because he kind of slows down the offense more. They play a slower pace, and I feel like the Suns are, I'm going to be honest, they've honestly been better when he wasn't on the court, for at least this series. Against the Nuggets, they were amazing with him against the Nuggets, but for this series, he's been slowing them down. Cameron Payne, now I believe he's questionable. He's out with an injury now. He's questionable to play, and I feel like it's weird to say that Cameron Payne is like an important piece to this team, but he's really turned himself around. He was playing good. He had 29 a couple of games ago. Devin Booker, since he's gotten the mask, hasn't really shot as well as he usually does. But I think he'll be able to. I think they'll come out. I think they'll be able to come out and win Game 6. Honestly, I feel like they saw how they lost in Game 5. And they know all they have to do is only win one game. So I feel like they will be able to come out and win Game 6. And Mikal Bridges also needs to settle too. I haven't heard his name being called barely at all this entire series. Him and Jay Crowder too, they need to both step up. As well as kind of DeAndre Ayton too. I feel like since last night Zubac wasn't even there, he didn't even like dominate or anything. No pun intended or anything. But like he wasn't even really like. It didn't feel like his presence was felt last game. But I believe that the Suns will be able to set this up for Game 6. I believe that they will win, and I believe that Chris Paul and I think Chris Paul and both of the Suns team will be able to advance to the first final. I think Jay Crowder is the only person who's been in the finals on the Suns team. But yeah, it's funny how everyone was saying, oh my God, the Suns team got here because of Chris Paul's leadership. Like they treat the Suns team like a charity without Chris Paul, and when he comes back, they lose more games. I'm not saying Chris Paul makes them worse. I just think it's funny how everyone was saying that, and now the exact opposite is happening. But yeah, I believe the Suns got this at 6, and I believe they'll advance to their first finals. As unfortunate for the Clippers that Kawhi had to go down with his ACL strain, but they're a fighting team, so. Despite me picking the Suns to win the series, I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers were able to come back either. But yeah, Suns in 6, like I said, and now I'm going to talk about the Atlanta Hawks versus Bucks series. All right, now to the Bucks versus Hawks series. As you can see, at least I hope you can see, by my tweet I have put up here, I have Hawks in 7, by the way. Right now, the Hawks are down 2-1, but I still believe they could win the series in 7. Last game, Chris Middleton had probably one of his best games ever that he's ever had. He outscored the Hawks just by himself in the fourth quarter. He completely took over. I feel like the Hawks had a chance. They were up. I want to say at some point in the first quarter they were up like 8-20, but the Bucks didn't step down. They came back, and were able to fight their way by winning 113-102. Giannis played a good game once again. I feel like Giannis, you can basically check him down for a 30 in like minimum probably like 30 and like 13 or 15 games. Pretty much every time down in the playoffs, it seems he's been killing it. Drew Holiday was playing better defense as opposed to like when he was getting cooked before by Trey and such. But yeah, the Bucks were able to win this game kind of convincingly. And then the Hawks side, of course, as we all know, Trae Young stepped on the ref's foot and he hurt his ankle, and now he's questionable. Which obviously, this is obviously a big blow to the Hawks. Trae Young has been hooping. Besides, I think it was, I want to say game 2 where he completely played terrible, wasn't shooting well, turning the ball over almost 10 times, I think. And then Bogdan Bogdanovic has not been playing good at all. I know he's been playing with knee soreness, but still, he's been playing. If your knee soreness is that bad, it'd be better if you would just sit out, because the way he's playing right now, he's only hurting the Hawks and not helping them. Capella has been playing decent. John Collins has been playing decent. I feel like if Bogdanovic wasn't playing so poorly, the Hawks could be able to win more games. And then, of course, I believe Cam Reddish just came back, but he hasn't played in forever, so obviously he's going to be a little bit rusty coming back into the court. But the Hawks, I still think they have a chance to win the series. Like I mentioned earlier, game 4 is tonight, and I'm picking the Hawks to win. I believe that Trae Young will play. I don't see him sitting out in an important playoff game. I don't think he wants to go down 3-1. But we'll probably be able to see that he's clearly injured on the court, but I still think he can be able to will his team enough just to bring the series to a 2-2 tie. I do have to give my credit to the Bucks, though. The minutes where Giannis is playing at center, surprise, surprise, Coach Bud, have actually been working. He's been playing good. He's been playing great. It's almost like, Bud, when you make adjustments, things will actually start going better. And they've actually been starting to kind of run plays, because before it would just be, Chris Middleton, here's the ball, or someone else, here's the ball, and then it'll end in a poorly contested shot. They actually seem to have somewhat of resemblance of some ball movements, which I like that adjustment there. And then for the Hawks, Nate McMillan, I never was really praising him for able to get this Hawks team to this point, but some of his rotations are questionable. He will still ride with Bogey and still have the ball in his hands when he's shooting poorly. I feel like he has to realize that you got to sub him out and try to make something else work. Clearly, with Bogey, he's just not it right now. All in all, though, I've said this several times already, but the Hawks, I think, will still be able to prevail. I think they will be able to win tonight, tie it up 2-2, and then go into Milwaukee. And then I don't know what will happen to Milwaukee, but I think the Hawks will win tonight because I don't think Chris Middleton is going to put up 38 again. He's very hot, he's a very hot and cold player. He's either extremely young or extremely cold. There's never really an in-between with Chris Middleton. And it seems like every other game he decides he wants to be good. One game he'll be great, next game bad. Great, bad, great, bad. And since he was great last game, just by using that logic, I'm going to assume that he'll be bad tonight. And I think the Hawks will be able to win this game. Not necessarily convincingly. Maybe it'll be within 10 points. I think it'll be a close game. But yeah, Hawks tonight. Hawks are going to take this game. The series will be tied 2-2 going back to Milwaukee. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. This was one of the shorter NBA news videos. There wasn't a lot of news. It was just most of the games I had to talk about, and there's only 2 games. So there wasn't a lot to go off, but I still was able to, film, have a good time, put this together real quick for y'all. But yeah, I'll be back soon, probably, maybe some music stuff. Maybe I'll try to do some more basketball stuff. But for now, this is it. This is Jaden, aka Halftime Hoopin'. Make sure to comment, like, down, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all boys soon. Peace.